wanted to go very sort of Susie Sue 70s punk today, so why
Mm-hmm.
not?
Absolutely.
You look like a gay odd job from James Bond who's off out on like a gay ski weekend. I love it.
I mean, in that film, he's called Rim Job.
Yeah, yeah, that's the alternative title. That's the Triple X version.
Who are ya? Who are ya? Who are ya? Who's that behind the mask?
Hello and welcome back to The Tucked Guesser. I am Kenzie Blackheart, and as usual, I am joined by...
Shar Cooterie. Hello. All
Alright, Governor. We look like two different people that you find down Camden at some point. I love it.
I am gay Del Boy right now.
Gay what? I love it. And I'm just that weird 20-year-old hipster who's still trying to reconnect to an era that she should have been born in. And we are two drag queens. And we are two drag queens whose mission is to dive deep under the masks of the Masked Singer UK to determine who their true identities really are. So this week we are discussing week 7 of the Masked Singer UK. Not long left to go. This is like the penultimate. I know, it's nearly over. I know.
What am I going to do on my Saturday nights?
I'm trying to think of something that's not explicit to say.
I'm not watching Saturday Night Takeaway. Absolutely not. We've already discussed my issues with that on deck.
Yeah, we've covered that, so I'm not surprised you're not going to be watching that. But...
I'm not watching Saturday Night Takeaway. No.
What about ordering?
I don't
a
want to win the
takeaway?
ads. I'd rather win proper prizes.
What about
I
ordering?
didn't even do that,
takeaway?
you know.
Oh,
I didn't even. No, I haven't even done that.
fair enough then. Well, on that epic bombshell, let's dive straight in with the first song that we had from this week, which was Badger. Where are you with Badger?
It's still Neo.
Okay.
Everything I saw in the clue package yesterday compounded that.
Okay.
And I use the word compound because there's a lot of references to charity in this week's clue package.
There was indeed.
Such as the Compound Foundation, founded by Neo in 2007 to aid and support young people within the child welfare system.
Okay.
So I thought that ticked off young people, that ticked off charity, and then he obviously had a Christmas album called Another Kind of Christmas, so that's the Christmas done. Tick, tick, tick. I think he's just done a brilliant job of playing around, having fun, singing songs that you might not normally sing, and doing different voices.
In terms of playing around with different songs, this week, so I'd sort of previously obviously been on the fence about someone like Andy Serkis or a member of Blur. But this week, what changed my mind that it wasn't them was when they performed Smells Like Teen Spirit by Nirvana. So I finally get to sound intelligent and rattle off some technical language, because obviously this sort of music's my area of expertise. You wouldn't guess it looking at me, but the first song they did was Grease Is the Word, which they sang absolutely fine, perfectly fine. With Smells Like Teen Spirit, when you sing that song, you need to sing it from a very sort of chest or back of the throat area to get that kind of growl that is needed for heavy metal music. With Badger, they did not sing it from there. It was more of a head voice, an upper octave, and they struggled to get those low notes, which is why I'm no longer thinking someone like Andy Serkis. Obviously, he does the voice of Gollum, and that voice is very throaty. So it would be easier for him to do that kind of metal growl needed for Smells Like Teen Spirit. And that's not what we got. So that completely changed my mind, that it's someone who likes that sort of music, but that's not what they usually sing. So because I like to be a bit different, I'm actually now going to say Jamiroquai, or JK from Jamiroquai rather.
I can promise you it is not JK. I understand where you're going, but he doesn't have, like, you're right that it's not his voice. I'm a huge Jamiroquai fan, and the rest of the series, for me, whoever it is, that is the voice of a black singer.
Okay.
in the early stages, I wasn't sure, but as time has gone on, particularly in Grease is the Words, little riffs just inherent in just without indulging, just how he sings, how he does certain phrases. That for me, that is someone. It's a black voice, and so for me, with the clues that I've found, I'm going to stick with Neo. I would love for it to be JK because Jamiroquai is one of my favorite acts ever.
Yeah. Yeah.
And they both wear hats.
Yeah, both wear hats. Obviously, a lot of talk about being charitable, and there's all the talk about, you know, on the road vehicles as such. And JK is a huge vintage car fan, and also had, you know, a very rough upbringing. So, so yeah, that's where I'm at with.
I definitely think
Badger.
it's a better guess than Carl Fogarty.
Oh, she's just stirring the pot now, isn't she? She's just stirring the pot.
Next up, we had Harlequin, who
was unmasked.
Sang some songs. Yes, she was, and we were right.
Yeah, absolutely, completely right from first episode, I think, basically.
Did you get the someone I admire very much used to do impressions of me?
I did not, but it's an interesting fact once you found out exactly what that was meant to mean.
I was trying to think of so Adele's a similar age to me. I remember Gabrielle when I was growing up, and so when she said someone I admire very much used to do impressions of me, that would have to be someone younger. And then I clocked Rumor Has It, and I was like, well, actually, Adele and the sort of music Adele does, that would make perfect sense. So I had a quick Google, and I found on the Adele Wikipedia, which is the Adele Wiki, some fan site, and they'd listed Dreams as its own entry, and they were like, Dreams is a song by Gabrielle that Adele used to sing so often that her mum made her an eye patch. I just thought it was very cute. Lovely little story.
That is really cute, really interesting. Yeah.
I mean, if you're Gabrielle and Adele cites you as one of their idols, you're absolutely going to run with that. She's probably one of the biggest singers in the world.
Oh, yeah. 1000%.
Are you glad they got her?
Definitely. I think it was absolutely Harlequin's time to go. I'm glad that it's someone who we did know rather than someone that we didn't, because then it just continues the air of mystery for the show for us.
Absolutely. I think Badger is still very much up in the air. I think Sausage is still up in the air, and it's nice that they're two of the three finalists are not clear cut.
And speaking of, we've got Robin, who I am still sticking with Aston Marigold. Still sticking.
Yep, absolutely. I think references to sudden success or accidental success, X Factor, it was very much that sort of overnight stardom feel. What did you have for the golf club, if anything?
Nothing really.
I remembered a fact about JLS. And JLS, when they introduced themselves on the X Factor, people were like, what does JLS stand for? And it stands for Jack the Lad Swinging.
Ah, yeah, of course.
So I went, oh, well, there he is swinging a golf club. That's what I took that to mean. Whereas the panel were like, oh, he's a golfer as well as a footballer, as well as a singer, as well as a...
Yeah, but the panel aren't really much to go on, though, are they? Especially this season.
Not always. Although Rita has got him, so I'm thinking actually he will be sussed by the majority before he's unmasked.
Yeah, which brings us on to Sausage. Where are you with the Sausage?
I'm sticking with Stacey Solomon. It could be Sheridan Smith, but I feel like more clues are. I think they're now giving us more to sort of get. Yeah, it's Stacey. I think you mentioned a clip on Instagram where Joe Swash was like, "But we've got a camper van."
Yeah. That was. I think that was last week.
And then, as Matt Lucas pointed out, because I was struggling to make sense of the meeting a king clue.
Yeah.
Because they laid on a bunch of ideas about royalty. I feel the other thing is, and this maybe isn't something to go on, but I feel like if Sheridan Smith were doing the show, she would disguise her voice when she's speaking. I don't know that Stacey would or could, and the speech intonations, however much they modulate it, Stacey has such a distinctive way of speaking, and I can't help but hear it every time she talks.
It is very convincing as in terms of her speaking style, but in terms of the clues this week, I 100% still got Sheridan Smith. So there was the reference to Funny Girl, which Sheridan obviously starred in. She was the main character, did an absolutely amazing job in it as well. And there was also the thing about her being on the menu for a princess and that they've duked it out. I think it was last year, Sheridan Smith was part of the lineup for the Royal Variety Show in Blackpool.
Ah, okay.
So with that, I am sticking firmly with Sheridan Smith.
I worry that you'll be right, but I'm hoping you're not, so that I might win the series.
Well, I hope I am right, because you've already one upped me with one of them.
Indeed, my Welsh
Which-
heritage won through with my affinity for the dragon.
Yeah, yeah. I'm bitter that I didn't get it right, but
Well, to be fair to you, I think you acknowledged last week that you were like, it probably is her, but I'm going to dig my heels in.
yeah. If I can't keep my own back, then well done for getting that right. I thought Sue Perkins absolutely fantastic throughout the season.
I think it probably is easier to make a more memorable character with such a cute design.
Oh yeah,
But they were so lovely. It was just very lovable, and I was just glad that she did so well as well.
yeah. It was definitely one of those acts where it could have gone a bit sour early on. Like, she maybe couldn't have made it as far as she did, but kudos to her for holding out as long as she did, amongst some amazing talent, as we're discovering.
Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, to make it fifth over people like, well, for a start, look at the first two people who went.
Mm-hmm.
Mel B,
And Sophie Ellis
I've
Bextor.
completely blanked on her name. Sophie
Oh, wow.
Ellis Bextor. I don't know why I was going to come up with like Amelia Scott something, and I was like, that's not a name. That's not a person.
That's your alternative drag persona, Amelia Scott something.
Yes, Amelia Scott something. Crabs.
Yeah, there you go. There's your there's an alternative persona. I don't think there's really much left to say for this episode. It
I
sort of
wish
flew
Matt
by.
Lucas was on it instead of Jonathan Ross.
Yeah, but that said, Matt Lucas's guests were probably twice as ridiculous as Jonathan Ross's have been. Yeah, but I think Matt Lucas's guesses were a lot more obvious that he was just playing around, rather than Jonathan Ross, who was, you could maybe interpret it as being a little bit more serious. Not that you would, but
Yeah, the thing is when he was playing the game, he actually, I think, got 2 or 3, as far as our guesses are concerned, correct. I like the ability to be silly, but it sometimes feels like Jonathan isn't ever playing the game. He's just there for silliness.
well, I mean, he has got a couple of them correct, but the rest of the time it's a little bit harboring back to what we had with Ken Jeong,
Yeah.
which I don't think we ever would like again. Especially, well, only for the UK one. It's fine for the American, because that's their sense of humour. It doesn't work over here, I think.
At least with Jonathan, the names he's pulling are the equivalent of the names that Ken Jeong pulls for the American crowd.
Exactly.
Whereas Ken Jeong was pulling random American celebrities, and we're just like, I mean, it's not them though, is it? My question for you.
Okay. Another
My
question. I like
for
it.
you. Who's gonna win?
I am going to say my winner will be Robin.
I agree. Although I want it to be a mystery person, because the other two we're not certain of. For me, Robin has been fabulous. For my money, has been the most consistent and the most solid performer.
Yeah, 1000%.
And do you think that he's then going to launch a solo career?
Maybe, maybe not. I suppose in looking at it from a music business point of view, obviously they was meant to be on tour. I can't remember if we had tickets or not. We've got so many tickets like that were booked, and then Miss Rona said no.
Yeah.
I can't remember if JLS were one of them. In terms of that, he does still need to go through with his plans with JLS. But when that's done, he could always just ride on the back of his success on The Masked Singer and start something if he so wanted.
And my final question, because I suppose the next episode. Oh, I'll share that. Can I share the news in a moment about the next and final episode?
You can indeed.
Okay, so what will we say? Oh, my question for you.
Yes, your second question.
Name 3 people you would love to see on a future season of The Masked Singer UK.
Ooh. Can I maybe include the US as well?
Sure.
So one person I would love to see, more so probably in the US one, is Josh Dunn from 21 Pilots, who is the drummer. Allegedly, he can sing, but because of severe anxiety, he doesn't do a lot of sort of public speaking, singing, stuff like that. So I'd love to see him do the show to sort of combat that.
Fab.
Another name I think I would absolutely love to see on the show, whether it's the US or our one, is the artist formerly known as Natalia Kills. I was a huge fan of her back in like the 2010s, but obviously then there was that whole scandal when she was on the X Factor New Zealand, got accused of
When
bullying.
she was just horrid.
Yeah, but you know, I mean, she apologised and everything, but she still gets a bit of a bad rep. But she is performing today under the guise of, I think it's Teddy Sinclair, with her band Cruel You. So I would actually love to see her do the show, just to sort of, because she has got an incredible voice. So I'd love to see her do the show just to maybe sort of get herself back into the public eye, because I absolutely loved her music.
Fab. And your third?
My third, oh, I don't know, who do I like that's not busy at the moment? Lily Allen, maybe? I think she would be fun.
Yeah, I think that would be a cute one.
Maybe like another member of Girls Aloud, because I absolutely love them as well. So who would you want to see on a future season?
I've just been thinking about it whilst you've been answering. My number one, and I think I would die, and I would know immediately. Anastasia.
Yes, 100%.
Someone who's been on the back burner a little bit, such a wealth of experience, life experience. There'd be some glorious clue packages for her. I'm also thinking I wouldn't mind seeing someone like a Harry Judd.
Okay, yeah.
So someone we know can sing, but again, like Josh Dunn, is not the singer for the group that they're in, but is also enough in the public eye that they could be identified. And then Jane Horrocks, just pulling that out of my mind, Bubbles from Ab Fab, because she has the most incredible voice.
Yeah, that would be a good one as well.
Should be fabulous.
I think also, honourable mention, Jackie Weaver.
She has no authority.
I just love people who are no nonsense, no bullshit, just okay.
I'd have been livid if I got kicked out of a Zoom.
What, like I'm about to do to you in 2 minutes?
You have no authority here, Kenzie. No authority at all.
Hang on, how do I put you on mute?
Read the standing orders. Read and understand them.
Oh god, this is
Jackie
the bit of
Weaver,
the
icon.
episode where it just falls apart.
It does. I can't even get out. Oh look, there we go. Can't even get out of drag today.
With the hat off, I was
Trying to
half
think of
expecting
any-
you to do like the old cartoon, like "Hello, my baby, hello, my honey."
Haha.
Oh, love it.
Oh, news about next week.
Yes.
So
yes,
I believe
please do.
this will be coming out Saturday. If you are watching this, you can watch some of the final episode in real time, because we're going to be doing a live watch along with the final of The Masked Singer tonight at 7 on Kenzie's Facebook or Instagram.
Yeah, just go to my socials and you'll have all the info there.
Yeah, find Kenzie's stuff. I'll be there. She'll be there. We'll be watching along with the episode, and then afterwards, you won't see this bit, but afterwards we'll vanish and we'll record the final episode. It's going to be
Then we'll
very
be
brief.
done. I know. Then we'll be done for a year. But yeah, there's going to be most likely some nonsense, etc., as well as the usual that you would expect from us. So yeah, tune in then, and we'll see you then. But until then, oh, hit my microphone. But
Hey,
until
it's
then,
not me messing things up for once.
it's me. I like to cause anarchy. But yeah, until then, please stay safe, and we'll see you next time. Bye bye.
Bye. And cut.